has been trending, Dele Farotimi. So I just want you to listen to this Rufai, Oseni and Abati reaction towards this Dele Farotimi's arrest. It's getting more because if it continues like this, if it has not happened to you, you will not understand. And if we leave it like this until it happens to Dele today, it will happen to you tomorrow. It will happen to you tomorrow. So just listen to this reaction from Farotimi, from Rufai, Oseni and Ruben Abati, because it's getting too much. It's getting too much. No freedom of speech again. This is democracy. We just pretend to be under the to say we are living in a democracy. We are living in a country of democracy. No, this is not democracy. We are just pretending to be. We are not. We are not. It's getting too much. That's why I think let's wait. And so we're already calling hashtag protest against release of Dele Farotimi. If care is not taken now, I play. Most people jump on the street to protest. Anyways, watch this video. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be your guy now. Run out for me now.
Ekiti State Magistrate Court in Ado-Ekiti remanded the activist over alleged defamation. He was arraigned on a 16-count charge by the police. The police accused the activist of criminally defaming Afe Babalola, a senior advocate of Nigeria, in a book titled Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System. The activist pled not guilty to all the charges, but was remanded in prison custody till December 10th. Well, prior to his arrest, Dele Farotimi spoke to journalists on December 2nd. Well, let's take a quick listen to what he said before we take some reactions.
It came to my knowledge that there is a charge that had been fraudulently preferred against me before a court in Ekiti State at the instance of Chief Afe Babalola. This charge had been fraudulently preferred, hidden from view, and the court had purportedly demanded my presence multiple times, and I had failed to appear before this court. And this court had then proceeded to issue a bench warrant for my arrest. And the calculations were that I would have been picked up, taken before this judge who must have either been compromised or misled in Ekiti. And I would have been remanded in prison custody for being somebody who was meant to face trial and who had refused to bring himself to court. If I have committed any wrong for which the state requires my attendance in a court or at a police station, they know exactly where I live. I will live only once. I will not live cowering to any man. Let us be clear. If and when I have a charge to answer before a court, you all know where I live. I'm not hiding. And I'm not running away from anybody. Let us be very clear about that.
All right, Rufai, he clearly had information right before he was picked up. And everything he said followed exactly how it happened. I mean, this country. But let me take some reactions that have also trailed his, imprisonment at this moment, because you know that he's been denied bail. Let's take this one from former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who has called for the release of Dele Farotimi. While reacting in a post on X, Atiku said Farotimi's arrest serves as a grim reminder of the dark days of military dictatorship, when the iron fist of tyranny sought to crush all dissent. Well, he went further to state, I am made aware that Dele is being accused of defamation, an offense that under normal circumstances should not warrant the involvement of law enforcement. The police's intervention in such matters is nothing less than the use of a sledgehammer to swat a fly, an outreach of unimaginable proportions. But we know also that, Omoyele Sowore has been on this case. Yesterday, he put out a tweet about a nationwide global protest against the Nigerian judiciary using the hashtag Free Dele Farotimi, hashtag Press Freedom, hashtag Replace Cybercrime Act. Nigerians refuse to be silenced. And he's calling out Nigerians to come out on December 10th, I believe. Also, the locations are in Lagos and the Afe Babalola chambers. Abuja Federal Ministry of Justice, Ekiti, Police Headquarters, Ado-Ekiti, London's King's College campus is calling for a protest at this point.
Dele is not a coward. Dele stands by his convictions. Dele is a man of convictions. And the truth is, he had seen all of this that will happen to him. And as he said it in the press conference, everything is panning out. For defamation, he's now being held in custody till the 10th of December, after he was taken away. It's not even the police division in Lagos. It's all the way from Ekiti. The police division from Ekiti that came to take him was supposed to be under the zone of that in Lagos. He had gone to write his own statement side of an earlier petition. They didn't inform him. All of a sudden, they came and they took him away. They went to his office, slapped his cleaner that worked in that office. There's an interview. And they took this man away. Took him all the way to Ekiti. All for what? Defamation. defamation. If you feel defamed, you should be able to report to the court, not taking the man away in this style. You can see guns assaulting him, assaulting people that work with him, and we say we have a country. Like Dele said, sometimes we should pretend that we have a country. Let's pretend for a bit that rule of law even works in this country. Let's pretend that the rights of people are respected, because we all pretend. Also, I saw a paper released yesterday, the deposition of Mr. Afe Babalola, where he wrote that part of his demand was that he wanted the book to be taken out of circulation. Yeah. So maybe us that we are showing the book now, Doctor, but you are the expert in defamation law. So maybe us that we are showing picture of the book now, they will say we should not show it again.
Until the court decides.
Or the court decides.
There's a bookshop that stocks the book, and they have been targeted. So the book, it's important to mention.
But as the court decided.
No.
The court hasn't decided.
As the court decided. So these are part of the things we keep saying.
Okay.
But see, and for those, I want to talk about them. For those that Dele said we're going to collect all sorts of things to be able to twist narrative in the media, have a conscience. You remember what Nimola said? First they came for the Jews, they came for the Gentiles, they came for other people. But he kept on pushing back. When they came for him, there was nobody to speak for him. It is Dele today, you don't know who it will happen to.
All right, Dr. Abati, in that video we heard Dele Farotimi saying that, there appears to be some sort of fraudulent means by saying that, court orders would be served to him. So basically claiming that he never received anything before his arrest.
Okay, we discussed this matter yesterday before additional facts
came
out. And what we said yesterday was that, yes, defamation is an offense. It's a felony under sections 373, 375 of the Criminal Code. We also condemned the manner in which the police invaded his office and turned the place upside down, that they didn't need all of that drama. And we also made the point that the fact that anybody is an activist or has access to any medium of mass communication does not give you the right to defame other people, because other people have the right to defend their reputation. And that's the second leg of it that I would like to add this morning. As follows. Dele Farotimi has already gone to the court in Lagos, I think Federal High Court, led by my former teacher and supervisor at Lagos State University, Professor Imiri, to insist on the enforcement of his fundamental human rights. Now, when you read the matter submitted, that he was harassed, assaulted, abducted, treated without dignity, and under the laws, 33, 34, 45, 41, under the 1999 Constitution, he's entitled to be treated with dignity, whatever the offense may be. So it's for the court to say that he has been poorly treated, because a person is considered innocent until adjudged guilty. So you have a fundamental human rights enforcement case already before the court, and he also has the right to stand up for himself. You say he's been remanded in prison till December 10, where that's the prerogative of the court. And the court says it is on December 10 that it will listen to the plea for bail. It's a bailable offense anyway, but we'll see how the court processes that. Now, the second part of it is the part that is not part of the conversation. That is the right of Chief Afe Babalola. Chief Afe Babalola is saying that in this book, Democracy and the criminal justice system in Nigeria, the violation of the criminal justice system, that from the prefatory pages, page 9, page 10 thereof, and in subsequent pages, all between pages 41 and 84, that he was defamed, that he was accused of corrupting the judicial system, of compromising the Supreme Court of Nigeria, of using under-the-table tactics to, procure judgment in a land matter between the Eletu family and and another family, Ojomu family, and in which Dele Farotimi was counsel to one of the affected estates in this part of Lagos. Now, there was variation of judgment, there was involvement of the Lagos state government, and all of that matter. So, Dele Farotimi himself as counsel was an interested party. And Chief Afe Babalola is saying that he has been defamed. He has been called an indolent lawyer. He has been called an intellectually incapable person. All kinds of adjectives. You can read the submission. And he says that he has been defamed to the extent that he has been at the bar for 6 decades as head of Emmanuel Chambers, that has produced 14 SANs, 300 lawyers, and that in addition, he has been pro-chancellor he has been defamed. What is his prayer? His prayer is that the book should be withdrawn from circulation. Now, Dele Farotimi, in his own submission, says he has a right under Section 39. The residual point, if I may just summarize, is that, look, Section 39, if you place it against Sections 373 and 375 of the Criminal Code, and you do a community reading, the implication, what it means in terms of community reading, is that under no circumstance can you defame anybody. If A says this is what it is, his own right begins where yours stops. However, as I said yesterday in defamation, you have several defenses: truth, absolute privilege, statute of limitations. But these are issues, fairness, fair comment. Yeah. These are issues that the court will decide.
Right.
But it's important that, we give the two sides of it and not take sides.
Thanks for that balance, Dr. Abati. We will follow up on the story. We'll take another story, going to this brouhaha about the NNPC.